Hey everybody! So, new laws that happened actually in September that are going into effect very soon for landlords, tenants, and people that have property management. So we just attended a meeting that was put on by the SBRPA, which is an organization that works with different people to keep landlords informed and make certain that tenants are informed and make sure that the property management is handled the correct way. And what they did is they sort of gave a yearly legal update. So there was a lot of information, especially over certain bills that have come into play this year. So I want to sort of just touch on some of the highlights of it because of the fact that there was some real confusion out there for a lot of different people. And there is some things that are really important that you pay attention to right now, especially if you are a tenant and or especially if you are a landlord or considering this. So one of the biggest things happens to do with the bill 1482. And it talks about rent caps versus rent control. And one of the biggest things that we want to talk about is that in the California area, there are certain counties that have rent control, but this new law is putting into effect a rent cap. The difference there happens to be that they want to make certain that you have only specific amounts that you can increase, and there's certain rules and guidelines about how that will be calculated. So some of the things that goes into place with is that they don't want rent gouging. And part of the reason this came into play was because unfortunately in California, we've had some natural disasters, whether it be a fire or whether it be the floods or whether it be the landslide down in Montecito, that has made it so that certain landlords will gouge in rent, meaning that those people that were displaced will have to pay an exorbitantly higher amount. The other thing too is they talked about with the rent caps that you have to fill out a form, whether you're an owner or a property manager, and give it to your client. So there was a lot of different information at this particular meeting, but this is the main thing that we wanted to talk about. Is there is a form right here that we can actually provide to you or provide a copy of that tells your tenants whether or not you fall within an exemption or whether or not you don't fall within an exemption. Now, if you're a landlord and or owner of property and you're not sure whether you fall in the exemption or not, reach out to us. We have some information on that. Not that it's definitive, but at the same time, it will give you sort of a checks and balance guideline, and we can also explain it. So I don't want to explain it on this video because I don't want any confusion, and I want to make sure that if you have any questions on it that we talk individually, because it is an individual case-by-case situation. The other thing too is we've been talking about having attorneys, and this is where if you are a landlord or if you own property and things along that line, making certain that I'm not giving legal advice because there are so many different nuances right now and there's still some confusion. And as a matter of fact, they're even talking about modifying the current process so that there's even additional clarification because they realized that there was some question marks in that. But the main thing regarding AB 1482 is you will want to notify your tenant, if you're a landlord, of whether or not the property is exempt from just cause and limits on rent increases, or whether or not it is not exempt. So there's two different boxes that you check, and you make certain and you let your tenants know about that. And again, I'm not going to tell you exactly what that happens to be, not because I'm not willing to share it, but just because that is a discussion. So if you'd like to schedule a discussion, please contact us. We're OIC Real Estate Services, and we do property management. Our phone number at the office is 805-201-2777. Or you can email me directly, call Krista at gmail.com. That's call with the C, Krista with the K at gmail.com. We want to make certain that we're getting this information out as quickly as possible because they've given us till June to actually have this done and in place. So we're going to be making certain that this is out in our newsletters and things like that so that we can educate and inform as quickly as possible as we learn more. So hopefully you found that helpful, whether you're a property manager, an owner, a tenant, or you know somebody. Give them a call and let them know that if they have any questions, we're here as a resource. As always, have an amazingly blessed day. Bye.